everybody, and today I want to talk about a very late, to be honest, my apologies, as today is Monday, I'm recording this and the game was on Saturday. Review of West Brom 0, Arsenal 4. Now overall, compared to recent performances over the last, probably this season, this was a very good result. Yes, it was West Brom, but we were under pressure. Away from home we've been relatively poor in recent years. But from start to finish, I feel we dominated the game, and I think you have to give us full kudos for that. I think practically all of our players had a reasonable game, and yeah, I think with all the gas that Big Sam was giving, it was obviously very satisfying to go to his place and to get the 3 points. I think defensively we were strong. In a way, I was disappointed with West Brom in the sense that I thought they'll be more up for it, I thought they'll be more physical, I thought they would press us, try and put us under pressure, but no, we handled the game, managed the game well, and that is that. I think we were well worthy of the win. For the lineup, I think the lineup was fair. No Willian, no Louise. We gave Saka, Smith Rowe a chance, Mari holding at the back, obviously Leno. I was disappointed a bit with Bellerin, but to be fair, Bellerin played okay, and I'll give a player ratings, but Tierney, I'll speak about him of course. And yeah, other than that, I thought it was a very capable and sound performance. So in this regard then, I believe I'll go on to discuss the general for the game. Well, we started well. I think the first half generally, they had a few chances. They got us on the break one time when Leno made a reasonable save you'd expect him to make. I don't think we should have let them, but Saka had a chance, Alba had a chance where he should really have the far post, should really have tapped it in. I'll discuss Alba in a bit. But Tierney's goal was really that's one of the Arsenal goals of the season. That should be a contender for the goal of the season, I think, because that was wicked. That was a beautiful goal. Beautiful really is a proper adjective in my opinion, because obviously he got forward, he got it back, and then he got in the area with his weaker right foot and curled it past. It was wonderful. The build up for Saka's goal, assist from Smith Rowe was good. Then the second half, we dominated again. Laka got a brace, and I'll speak of Laka too later on. And overall, I think we showed what we needed to get the win and the fully deserved 3 points. And with all the smoke that Big Sam was giving us stated, I think we were well worthy of the win. Now, as for the player ratings, I'd have to give Leno, I'll give him a 7. Kept a clean sheet, didn't have any serious saves to make. Hector, I'll say a 6, he was okay, got forward well. Hector's final ball is poor, but defensively I don't think he was severely troubled. Pablo Mari, I'm impressed with him, he's strong. Thus far has not made many mistakes, but he looks capable on the ball, capable in the air. Unfazed, I'll give him a 7. Actually, I'll give him an 8, I thought he was impressive. I'm not a fan of Holding. If I had a choice, I'd sell Holding. I don't think he's the level to take us forward. I think he's a squad player at very, very best. I think the fact that he bossed Diego Costa in the 2017 Cup final, which we obviously won, has really clouded a lot of fans' perception of him, which to me is illogical, because you can't base the player's value on a game that happened 3.5 years ago. Yes, we won that game, but come on, that's and also what Wenger said, well, look, I'm sorry it did cost 55 million, but it cannot be good. I know I've butchered the quote, but you know what I mean. It's that thing that Wenger said. I think it's post-match we drew 0-0 to Leicester in 2016, and the media were digging Wenger out for not making any signings. You can go Google that quote. I've butchered it, but Holding for me is not the level, and I wouldn't be sorry to see him go, but I think he had a reasonable game today. I'll give him a 6. Now, Kieran Tierney, 10. But for me, the man of the match. The thing with Kieran Tierney is that I think he can get roasted. I think his one-on-one defending needs improvement. There was a game last season with Traore, even this season, but where he got rinsed, and then Ainsley came on and literally shut Traore down. And sometimes his crossing is a bit hit and miss, but generally, I think his crossing accuracy is good. I think, okay, it's unfair to say it should be perfect, but he can improve a bit more on that. But other than that, I think his attitude, I think his desire, I think on the ball, I think offensively, and I think he adds a different mentality and attitude to the team that we've lacked for a while. People have been saying he should be made captain. I'm fully sympathetic with that view, to be honest. I think he does have that kind of leader mentality, a harder mentality, which we've lacked for some years. So, Tierney for me 10, he was excellent. Not just for his goal, but his all-round performance, in my opinion. Then, I think there's El Neni. I'll give him a 6. Look, we know El Neni at best is a squad player too, like Holding, but look, he did okay. Can't ask for much more, so 6. Xhaka again, for me I'll say a 5. He was alright, didn't do anything wrong. Smith Rowe, I'll give it 8. I thought it was very good, and I think Smith Rowe is emerging as the creative player that we need, and Smith Rowe is more of a modern creative player who's all energy. Not like an Ozil, and I'm not saying that to disparage Ozil at all before anyone says anything, but I think if you look at the creative players, or the best creative midfielders, like a De Bruyne, like a Jack Grealish, you need someone with an all energy who can link up throughout the entire final third and middle thirds, even helping out defensively to some degree, especially building counter-attacks. And I think Smith Rowe, I'm not saying he is on the level of Grealish or De Bruyne, certainly not, but he is in the mould, at least stylistically, of those players in terms of his all energy. And I think that is the kind of creative presence we need. So he had a very good game, got the assist. So yeah, Saka 9, got a very good goal, was troubling them all along with his pace, his trickery. On the left, Aubameyang. Look, Aubameyang's still my favourite player of the team, right? He's done bits for us since he joined from Dortmund, almost 3 years ago. You have to say has to have been our best player since then. But obviously his goals won us the FA Cup, something our good friends from the Bar of Harrogate haven't done in 30 years. But he was very poor today. He missed a sitter. Yes, he was involved in Laka's goals, but we have to give him probably a 3. Probably, I'll be generous and say a 4. No, I'm gonna stick to the 3. That may be harsh for some, but something is wrong. I think we need, as a fan base, to ask questions. Now, I'm not saying sell him. I think that's a bit hasty, but something needs to be done to get him back to his form. If Arteta wants to prove he's a man for the long term, he has to show, alright, cool, this is what needs to be done. So 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10 for me. Lacazette, I'll give it 8. The thing with Lacazette compared to Aubameyang is Lacazette's all-round game is better than Aubameyang's. He obviously can drop deep, he's better on the ball, he's a better dribbler. His technical ability, he may not be a better goal scorer, but his technical ability. And the thing with Lacazette is that a lot of people say that a lot of fans like to have a bit of selective memory. Lacazette was our player of the season in 18-19. Yes, last season he was poor. This season he's improved a bit, but to write him off and say, oh, he's rubbish. He's always been rubbish. Really? Always. When he was player of the season. I don't get the logic that some fans have at the moment, but yeah, for me, 8 out of 10. Got a brace, not just that, but worked hard. He was very good. The subs, Ainsley, I'll give a 4. Didn't do much. Willock came on, a 2 again, not to disparage him, but didn't do much. Who else came on? Was it Ceballos? I think so. I'll give him a 3 again. Didn't have much time to contribute. As for the manager, Senor Mikel Arteta, I'll give him a 7. Not just for the win, but the lineup, the attitude of the team. He managed the game well. I still don't think he's the right man. I still think he should go. 3 wins on the bounce is not enough to justify a change of opinion in my view, but today he did well. You know, if he's to change my mind, and most likely those of others, he has to do it on a way more consistent basis. But yeah, today he did well. So that is that there. As the time of recording on Monday, we sit 11th, 23 points, with 3 points behind Chelsea. And yeah, so far so good. I believe our next game is against Newcastle. That's the FA Cup 3rd round. Obviously we're the holders, record holders, and to reiterate, a trophy a certain football club just about 3 miles away from us or so has not won since 1991, so whatever. But yeah, today the West Brom win was good. Given what Sam was saying, or relegation, trying to cuss us, then that's good on him, innit? But yeah, thanks very much for listening.